My name is lousagatov. I'm with Century 21, and I'm here with Ray Hrabec, my fantastic mortgage lender. Ray, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been in the mortgage business in the DMV now for 50 years. I've owned and operated several companies and went back to being a mortgage loan officer 25 years ago. And that's exactly what I do currently. Lou is one of my very good clients, and I did not pay him to say those things, by the way.
Well, thanks, Ray. I think the feeling's mutual. Ray and I have worked together for many years, and just for disclosure that, even though we're sharing in this video, you're not beholden to use either one of us for any of these products. We're just giving you information purposes. Our purpose of our call today is to talk about construction of perm loans, which is a pretty interesting portfolio in the lending business. And Ray, can you tell us a little bit about what construction of perm is?
Construction of perm loan is a single loan that enables a homeowner or home buyer to either buy a lot and build a home, or do a major renovation to their current home, or tear down their current home and build a home, all with one loan and one loan closing, which saves quite a bit of money because those pesky closing costs can add up if you have to do it in two different closings. And it also allows you to base your loan amount on a completed project, not the current value, but the completed project of what you're doing.
Well, that's a cool process, and I know a lot of my clients have used it over the years, and I've used it for myself in situations before. How does it basically work? I know that the climate is changing all the time, and what's the basic parameters of the program?
Well, first of all, if you're doing something to your current home, if you have the equity in the current home that you can use and avoid a construction perm loan, that's the least expensive way to go.
Okay.
But if you don't, the first thing you want to do is you want to get with the lender and get qualified for how much you can borrow. Then you want to sit down with your builder or your builder's architect, discuss what you want to do, how much it's going to cost, and then get back to the lender with those numbers. The lenders will have a short builder approval process. They check out vendors and Better Business Bureau and all that. It's not a real in-depth qualification of the builder because we're lending the money to you, the borrower. But the process from beginning to end can take as long as 90 days. So it's not a quick fix, quick turnaround. It takes time to get plans and specs and budgets and all that sort of thing.
Okay. So you said originally that if somebody's going to renovate their own personal home, there are other options. So maybe a home equity line or maybe going to a credit union or something like that might be a better option than using a construction of perm if that's available to them.
Much better option, much cheaper option. But the other thing is you have to look at, if you get a home equity line 9 out of 10 times, it's going to have either a floating rate of interest, or if it's a fixed rate of interest, it's going to have a shorter duration and a higher payment.
Okay.
The construction perm loans, or some of us lenders have a 30-year fixed product, so your payment's not going to change from day one for 30 years, and there are various ARM terms available, 10-year, 7-year, etc. So you just have to look at all options. You do save a lot of closing costs with a home equity line.
Okay, fantastic. So basically then the way I understand this is that I want to purchase a property, and whether I want to purchase it and renovate it or I want to build a new house, the construction of perm loan allows me to do a one closed deal. So I go to closing one time. The loan is based on the future value of the property, which will be appraised by the bank appraisers. And that enables me to do this thing very kind of seamlessly. I know that with the market changes, we're getting different things that are going on. What is the basic process of the loan? In other words, what do you need for an application? And then what are the bullet points to get this thing through to where people can move forward with something like this?
Well, the qualifications are pretty similar to any 30-year fixed rate loan. Basically, you fill out the application. Your credit scores generally have to be above 680. You need 20% equity in whichever you're doing, whether you're building, renovating, whatever. If you're doing this to an existing house, whatever equity you have in that house counts as your requirement for the construction perm loan. When you settle on a construction perm loan, you do not make payments on the whole loan amount. You only pay on what money's been dispersed to either settle the house or pay the builder. So your amount of principal and your payment's going to grow over time until the end, in which it starts amortizing like any normal 30-year fixed rate mortgage.
Okay, cool. So it used to be that during the construction process, the banks used to build in what's called an interest reserve, where they would set aside a certain amount of money where they would, where the owner, the property owner didn't have to pay interest on the note on a monthly basis.
Yeah, the operative words there are used to be.
Okay.
A lot has changed since 2008 and the mortgage crisis, and even more has changed since COVID.
Okay.
Underwriting since COVID is probably as tight as it's more tight now than it was with the mortgage meltdown, quite frankly.
Okay.
Ratios, even stricter ratios. Equity requirements are higher than they were before COVID. I mean, our firm, we used to do construction perm loans with 10% equity. Now we're at 20% equity, which I think is pretty much the industry. Employment is checked usually 2 or 3 days before closing to make sure the borrower still has a job. That's something we never did pre-COVID.
Right.
We check it during the process, and we check it right before they go to closing.
Okay.
Lenders are afraid of loans going into forbearance, which
Okay.
is the main reason.
Okay. I mean, it's a changing world, and we just have to adapt to what the changes are. I mean, they're just obstacles for us to deal with. They're not barriers. You know?
Well, there are, but I can tell you, this is a very busy time in your business and in our business.
Right.
As a company, we probably take in somewhere 100 and some construction perm applications per month, and at any one time have 1,500 in the process. I currently have 6 going on and 3 more to put on the books here shortly. So it's a very popular product, especially as more builders are wanting to do custom homes instead of going out on a limb and taking the risk of building spec homes.
Right. Okay, cool. Is there any advice that you would give to people just on this is a short little intro, but any advice you would give to people that are considering looking at this process of construction of perm?
Well, I think the best thing is if you love your neighborhood, you love your home and your neighbors and all that, why go move somewhere else? Get yourself some plans with an architect and do what you need to do to make your house usable. You'll save a lot of money that way. And if you're in a neighborhood you want to be in, there's no reason to move. And when you're doing something new, you're getting what you want. You're not buying what somebody else wants. So there's a lot of pluses there.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, listen, Ray, I appreciate your coming on with me again. This is the second video we've done together. We will leave, at the end of this video, we'll leave Ray's contact information and my contact information. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me or Ray. There's no obligation for a phone chat or a video chat or anything along those lines. Is there anything you'd like to?
Anytime. And look, this is the tale of 2 hairdos here, isn't it?
Yeah. One of these days, I can't grow a mustache, so that's the only thing.
That's all I can grow, so I don't have many choices.
Oh, that's funny. Well, listen,
Thank you, Lou. I enjoyed it.
Thank you very much again, and I'll talk to you soon. And
Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah.